Have you ever felt that sudden terrified thumping in your chest when you realize something isn't right? Maybe you are sitting in your favorite chair just trying to relax and suddenly you feel a wave of heat rise to your face, or a pounding headache that starts at the base of your skull and wraps around your forehead like a tight band. You check your numbers and they are higher than you've seen in months. It is a scary moment. The fear of a stroke or a medical emergency flashes through your mind, and ironically, that very fear makes your heart race faster, pushing those numbers even higher. It is a vicious cycle that so many seniors face every single day. You might feel like you are walking on eggshells waiting for the next spike, wondering if your medication is enough or if your body is slowly losing its ability to regulate itself. But what if I told you that your body has built-in safety valves? Imagine for a moment that you had a reset button right at your fingertips, literally, that could signal your brain to calm down your heart, to widen your blood vessels, and to bring that pressure down in a matter of minutes. It is not magic, and it is not too good to be true. It is based on centuries of knowledge that we are going to unlock together today. It is not just about aging or bad genetics. Sometimes the hidden culprit is simply that our body's electrical system gets jammed with stress and tension, and we just need to know which switch to flip to get the traffic moving again. In this video, we are going to walk through 3 specific powerful acupressure points that can act as an emergency brake for high blood pressure, helping you regain control, reduce that pounding sensation, and find peace of mind when you need it most. Before we jump in, if you care about staying healthy and independent well into your golden years, consider subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications, because we share the kind of senior health tips that doctors often overlook in those rushed 15-minute appointments. And let me ask you something really quickly. Are you watching this from the United States, the UK, Canada, or somewhere else entirely? Drop a comment below with where you are from, because I am always so curious to see how far our senior health community reaches, and it is wonderful to see us all coming together to support one another. Now, I want to be clear before we start. If you're having severe chest pain or shortness of breath, always call emergency services first. But for those times when the numbers are just uncomfortably high and you feel that tension rising, these techniques are your best friends. We are going to go through these step by step. We will not rush. I want you to learn this so deeply that you can do it with your eyes closed. Let's talk about the first solution. We are going to start with a point that I like to call the inner gate. In traditional terms, it is known as pericardium 6 or PC6. Now, why is this point so incredibly important for you? When your blood pressure spikes, it is often driven by the sympathetic nervous system. That is your fight or flight response. Even if you are just sitting on the couch worrying about the bills or your health, your body thinks it is running from a tiger. Your blood vessels constrict and your heart pumps harder. This specific point on your wrist communicates directly with the casing around your heart. It sends a signal to the vagus nerve, which is like the brake pedal for your entire nervous system. Imagine your blood vessels are like garden hoses. When you're stressed, it is like someone putting a kink in the hose. The pressure builds up behind that kink. By stimulating this inner gate, we are effectively unkinking the hose, allowing the blood to flow smoothly again without the heart having to pound so hard. So how do we find it? I want you to try this with me right now. Hold your hand up, palm facing you. Take 3 fingers from your other hand, your index, middle, and ring finger, and lay them across your wrist, starting from the crease where your hand meets your arm. Right below where that 3rd finger rests in the center of your tendons is the spot. You should feel 2 distinct tendons there, like 2 guitar strings. The point is right in the valley between them. Once you have found it, use your thumb to apply firm pressure. You do not need to hurt yourself, but you want to feel a dull ache or a heavy sensation. That is how you know you have hit the active point. Now close your eyes. While you hold this point, I want you to breathe in slowly for a count of 4 and out for a count of 6. Let's do it together. Press down, breathe in 2, 3, 4, and breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I remember a gentleman named Robert who told me he used to panic every time he went to the doctor. His pressure would skyrocket just being in the waiting room. It is called white coat syndrome, and maybe you have felt it too. He started using this inner gate technique while sitting in the waiting room chair, quietly massaging his wrist. By the time the nurse called his name, his numbers were significantly lower than usual. He felt empowered because he realized he wasn't helpless. He had a tool. If you are feeling anxious or your heart is fluttering, this is the go-to point. Massage it in a circular motion for about 1 to 2 minutes on one wrist and then switch to the other. It is simple, discreet, and incredibly effective. You can do this while watching TV or even while lying in bed at night if you wake up with a racing heart. Moving on to our second powerful tool. This one is often overlooked, but it is absolutely critical, especially if your high blood pressure comes with neck stiffness or headaches. We call this the wind pool or gallbladder 20. Think about your neck for a moment. It is the bridge between your brain and the rest of your body. All the blood going to your head and the signals coming down pass through this narrow highway. As we age, our posture changes. Maybe we hunch a little more or we look down at phones or tablets. This creates immense tension at the base of the skull. When those muscles get tight, they squeeze the blood vessels, forcing your heart to pump harder to get oxygen to your brain. It is like a traffic jam on the main highway. The wind pool points are located at the base of your skull. To find them, interlace your fingers behind your head like you are relaxing in a hammock. Now use your thumbs to feel for the two large hollows or dips on either side of your spine, right at the base of your skull. They're usually about 2 or 3 inches apart. When you press into these hollows, it might feel tender. That tenderness is a sign that you are holding tension there that needs to be released. I want you to press your thumbs inward and slightly upward toward your eyes. You can do this while sitting in a chair with a high back to support your head or just leaning your head back into your hands. Close your eyes. As you press, imagine that tension melting like butter on a warm skillet. Why does this work? Stimulating these points does 2 things. First, it physically relaxes the suboccipital muscles, those tight muscles at the base of your skull, which immediately improves blood flow to the brain. Second, it signals the parasympathetic nervous system to kick in. That is the rest and digest mode. When your brain realizes it is safe and the tension is gone, it tells the heart it can slow down. I have spoken to so many seniors who suffer from tension headaches that accompany their high blood pressure. They tell me it feels like a vice grip on the back of their head. One woman named Clara told me she thought she just had to live with the pain, but after incorporating this simple neck massage into her morning routine, she noticed not only did her headaches vanish, but her daily blood pressure readings started to stabilize. She wasn't fighting her body anymore. She was working with it. Try to hold this pressure for about 2 minutes. While you do this, visualize the blood flowing freely from your heart up to your brain and back down again. Picture a calm river flowing without obstacles. It sounds simple, but this visualization combined with the pressure amplifies the effect. If you are finding these tips useful so far, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps spread the word to other seniors who might be struggling with these same scary symptoms, and it lets me know that this is the kind of content that helps you. And if you have not yet, do subscribe for more little-known health insights. We are just getting started, and the next point is perhaps the most grounding one of all. Now let's talk about the third point, and this one might surprise you because it is all the way down at your feet. It is called the Great Surge or Liver 3. You might be wondering how on earth pressing my foot is going to lower my blood pressure. Here is the simple science. In Eastern medicine, there is a concept that high blood pressure is often caused by too much energy rising to the head. We call it liver fire rising. Think about how you feel when your pressure is high. Your face feels hot, your head feels full, you might get dizzy, all the energy is stuck upstairs. We need to draw that energy down to ground it. From a physiological perspective, stimulating the feet helps improve peripheral circulation. When your blood vessels in your legs and feet are wide open and relaxed, your heart does not have to pump as hard to circulate blood through the whole system. It reduces the overall resistance in your cardiovascular system. To find the great surge point, sit comfortably and cross one leg over the other so you can reach your foot. If you cannot reach your foot easily, ask a partner to help or use a tool like the eraser end of a pencil. You are looking for the spot on the top of your foot in the webbing between your big toe and your second toe. Slide your finger up that valley between the bones until you feel a depression before the bones meet. This point can be quite sensitive, especially if you have been stressed or angry lately. Press down firmly. You might feel a little zing. That is okay. Massage this point in a circular motion. I want you to imagine that you are opening a drain valve at the bottom of a tank. All that excess pressure in your head and chest is draining down through your body, through your legs, and out of your feet into the earth. You are anchoring yourself. There was a truck driver I worked with years ago who spent hours sitting in traffic getting frustrated and angry. His blood pressure was through the roof. He started using this point whenever he had a break. He would take off his shoes and massage this spot. He said he could literally feel the heat draining out of his face. It was his reset button for frustration. Hold this for 2 minutes on each foot. This is also a fantastic point to use if you have trouble sleeping. High blood pressure often comes with insomnia because the mind won't shut off. By drawing the energy down, you quiet the mind and prepare the body for deep, restorative sleep. It might feel a bit unsettling to learn that stress and tension have such a physical grip on your heart, but remember, knowledge is power. Now that you know you can make simple changes to protect your health, you do not need to overhaul everything overnight. Just having these 3 points in your toolkit gives you control back. You are no longer a victim of your numbers. You are an active participant in your health. Imagine waking up in the morning and instead of reaching for the cuff with dread, you take 5 minutes to sit on the edge of your bed. You press the point on your wrist, breathing deeply. You massage the back of your neck, releasing the sleep stiffness. You rub the tops of your feet, grounding yourself for the day ahead. How much calmer would you feel? How much more confident would you be stepping into your day? So to recap, let's go over what we have learned today. First, we have the inner gate on your wrist, the panic button for anxiety and heart palpitations. Second, we have the wind pool at the base of your skull, the tension breaker that clears the highway to your brain. And third, we have the great surge on your foot, the grounding valve that pulls excess pressure down and out of your head. It is all about giving your body the signals it needs to relax and flow. Remember, your body is always trying to heal and strengthen itself. It is on your side. All we have to do is give it the right fuel and the right care. Growing older might be inevitable, but growing weaker and living in fear does not have to be. With the right habits, you can stay strong, mobile, and independent. I know getting older is hard. The aches, the fear of losing mobility, the worry about what the future holds, it can be scary and discouraging. But you are not alone in this, and it is not too late to turn things around. Every small step you take, every deep breath you take, every moment you dedicate to self-care is strengthening your heart and your future freedom. One breath, 1.1 moment at a time. You are taking charge of your health. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these 3 points surprised you the most? Have you ever tried acupressure before, or is this brand new to you? Share your thoughts or any questions in the comments below. I read every single one, and we all learn from each other. Your experience might be the exact encouragement someone else needs to read today. If this video helped you or opened your eyes even a little, please hit the like button. It means a lot to me. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on important health insights that could improve your life. We have plenty more science-backed tips for thriving in your golden years coming up because your health and independence are worth fighting for. If you are still with me and determined to take control of your blood pressure, type a number 1 in the comments to affirm it. I want to see how many of us are committed to living healthier, happier lives. Stay strong, stay healthy, and remember your independence is carried by your choices, and today you made a great one. Keep taking those small steps for your health. They add up to giant strides in your freedom.